So you want to increase your income, but you're busy working 40 hours a week. And between that and life itself, with trying to stay healthy, get good, adequate sleep, work out, eat a good diet, spend time with family, loved ones, it feels impossible. And I totally get it, because this was me exactly a year ago. Especially if you're an ambitious person and you're young, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And the thing is, when you really think about it, you still have time to look for something. And that's why it's such a heavy weight and a burden on your mind, feeling like, wow, I don't know what to do. I could try this, I could try that. You're getting shiny object syndrome. You're going from this to that. I'm going to tell you guys the exact thought process of what worked for me and how I got out of that rut to doing what I'm doing now. So for those of you just tuning in, Spencer Johnson, back with another video. Leave a like, subscribe, that whole thing. And first and foremost, man, the first step is to max out your 9-to-5, because unless you get something super lucky off the rip, things worth building take a lot of time. So step number one is legit max out your 9-to-5, whether that's, with what you're doing, going to get a new spot, maybe you're part-time. If you work till full-time, there gets to a point in your 9-to-5, chances are too, I'm just going to go out on a limb, you probably don't have a college degree, but if you do, work with that and still apply the same principles. But there gets to a point where your 9-to-5 is as good as it gets, and it really can't get any better. Taking that promotion, in my case, right, I'm at my 9-to-5 and it's maxed out. And if I were to take the next promotion, it's actually a pay cut. And if I wanted to go through the corporate game, it's about 10 years of a pretty substantial pay cut, guys. Like, I'm talking $20,000 to $30,000 a year. And that's a lot of freaking money, especially if you were to invest that over the 10-year period of time. Shoot, we're talking about $250,000 or $300,000 in income just to get to that next level. And obviously once you get super far, it pays for it, but I don't want to go that route. I feel like between that excess of income and opportunity and drive that I have right now, I can make a lot more happen than it would be worth going through that whole game. I don't want to opt in that game. In fact, if you're like me, I didn't even want to get a job in general. There was a point where I was like, man, I'm too good for this. I'm way too qualified. And that was solely out of ego. And you got to realize, man, you got to start somewhere, and you just have to get started. It doesn't matter if you're, trying your thing and nothing's been panning out for 3 months. You could totally balance a full-time job, 40 hours a week, working minimum wage, and at least you'd have a little something, to show for it and pay your bills and not be having to, you can't live for free, so you're mooching off somebody, right? And it's just good to build that work ethic and be like, wow, okay, this task has to get done because I have work later. So max out your 9-to-5. That's step number one. And I don't know what your job is and if it's even possible. If it's a dead-end thing, look to increase your income, look for different spots. But after you get that 9-to-5 set, that's step number one. Get your 9-to-5 to where you're just like, wow, okay, this is pretty much as good as a 9-to-5 gets. There's plenty of them out there. You have to try. You have to look. You have to talk to people. You have to say, what are you doing? What do you do for work? What do you do for work? What does it take to get there? How much do you make? Is that worth it for me? Should I do that? After you've maxed out your 9-to-5, the next thing, bro, because I was balancing and wrestling with this for a little bit, is I'm like, wow, should I just get another 9-to-5 that's equivalent to where I'm at now, except now I'm working 80 hours a week, but I'd be making $250,000 a year? Like, that's pretty good. And it'd be a lot, but I could totally do it because I'm at that point in my life I'm willing to. And if you're watching this channel, you are that same breed, because how else would you be watching my specific videos? Out of all the YouTube videos out there, out of all the entertainment, the garbage, the slop, you're watching something of just another dude that's exactly like you. Just listens and talks to, stuff in his car. It's pretty insane how the YouTube algorithm works, actually. Some of the people that I've watched, I'm like, wow, that's not mainstream, we'll say it that way. So after you have that max out 9-to-5, you get your living expenses low, you're like, all right, this is pretty good. This is where majority of people stop, but you're not looking for stableness or comfortability or just to chill. You're looking to do something exceptional. And working 2 jobs, man, although the increase in pay might be exceptional temporarily, it feels exceptional because you're not there yet. But if you take the time to work on a skill and build something, you're going to literally flow right past that. And that's where I would say you have to get into these modern ways of making money. A lot of them seem fugazi and they seem scams, and I totally get that. And a lot of people out there are scamming, but there's so many different ways to do it, to increase income, that you just have to go out and actually make it happen. Like, for example, I was listening to somebody that was talking about selling AI websites. And anybody see that bug in there? I had tried to do that for a little bit. And how I got my first client was looking at a business, seeing that they didn't have a website. And I walked up to the business because I used to do door-to-door sales. I said, let me do what I know. I'm going to go up, knock on the door, ask for the owner, find the decision maker, and sell him on the fact that he needs a website, because everybody nowadays has a digital presence. And how else are you going to compete with all the other places that are trying to take your money? And long story short, got him signed up. And after that, I started trying to do the whole online approach with emails and this and that, and could never really make something happen. I got appointments, but it didn't work out. But regardless, guys, and then I ended up swapping and going into pools. And I tried that for a year. Really, I did dedicate myself for a year, and I had a full-time job. Maybe I couldn't go all in, but chances are, if you're kind of good at something and you can get a little bit of motion while having 40 hours a week of your time locked up, then that's how you can get the confidence to know, okay, if I were to leave my job, could I really go all in on this? And could I really make this happen? Right now, I'm side hustling, right? I got a pool business, it's doing good. That can be something that you do too. And to harp back on, there's only those 2 points. There's increase your 9 to 5, and then the second one is build a certain skill set. And my skill set is pools. It's also, it goes a lot with communicating with people, with being on time, being able to have my schedule cemented and in stone. People know I'm going to be there in time, and they know that I'm going to do a good job, and they know if there's a problem that I can explain things clearly to them. And so that built a level of trust to where they don't want to go with anybody else, and they're willing to stick with me. My main focal point of this is whatever you decide to do in that free time, that 5 to 9, you have to be the one that has full control of it. It's not gonna, the freedom that you're looking for is not in another job. You're not, yes, we're looking to make more money. We're looking to increase our income, but there gets to a point where you max out that 9 to 5 and it's pretty good. And I'm telling you, that's how they all are. They're all pretty good. They all suck a little bit, but they're as good as it gets. And it's just where we're at right now, fellas. It's where we're at. That 5 to 9 is building something long-term, something that you truly love, something that is gonna, skills pay the bills, all right? Skills pay the bills. I know that if I had to go out and make $500 tomorrow, I could. I totally could. Now, like, sometimes I choose and I'll go out and make 200. Sometimes I'll go and make none. I have that flexibility of a lot of income, not like a ridiculous amount, but it's all in my hands and it's all on me. And there's a peace of mind knowing that with job security and AI and layoffs, with the whole labor market of AI replacing the human capital, I am aware of all that stuff. And that's why I'm trying to build something, I guess you could say, outside of the system that's fully in my control. So when you get to that point, and it doesn't take long, maxing out your 9 to 5, you should know and be able to see the vision within like 3 or 4 months, guys. We're talking a job. Everybody has a job. The silliest, goofiest people on earth have a job. Jobs are like an average thing. Everybody does. Everybody works. It's not hard for you, somebody like you, to find one that's a little bit above average, pretty good, and be able to balance that and still make an increase in pay. So you're going to win just from that. And then when it comes to increasing your income, it doesn't matter what it is, but you have to realize that it's on you. You have to be the one to build it. And at the end of the day, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. You could go get that second job, and that's going to get you paid right now. But this one is worth it. It's worth the headache building it, the stress that comes with it. It's worth it all, because you know down the line, when you're doing something like that, you have the opportunity not only to make more money, because there is no ceiling. Wealth is created. It is not distributed. People mad about Elon Musk being a trillionaire. It's like, dude, like, are you making Tesla? Are you making cars that people can drive? The safest, quickest? I hate Tesla, by the way. I hate Tesla. I think the cars are gay and they give me headaches. I don't like the EMFs. I don't like any of that stuff, all right? But I'm not going to deny that, yeah, dude, like, the company is very successful. And for the value that is created with all of those, yeah, he deserves it. You know, the guy kind of works like 20 hours a day. So it's totally okay, and I think it's fine. But just to go back to that original point and kind of wrap this up, guys, that thing that you're looking for is not necessarily more money. It is something that you can put everything into, and eventually will lead to more money, but it'll also lead to leverage. It will lead to time freedom, location freedom, and even if you have a service-based business like myself, it still leads to location freedom once it's scaled high enough and leveraged out properly. So it doesn't matter what you do. You just have to stick with it. Like I said in my other video, stay in the game long enough. Don't give up. Do not take any sort of setbacks as like a definitive thing, because they don't define you, bro. We've all failed and tried so many things and had to give up and start again. So that's all I got for you guys, man. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.